Yeah, hi, and welcome to face.org. Hot poles, Antarctica, Arctic 40 and 30 degrees Celsius above normal. Earth's poles are undergoing simultaneous freakish extreme heat, with parts of Antarctica more than 70 degrees, 40 degrees Celsius warmer than average, and areas of the Arctic more than 50 degrees, 30 degrees Celsius warmer than average. Weather stations in Antarctica shattered records Friday as the region neared autumn. The two-mile high Concordia station was at 10 degrees, minus 12.2 degrees Celsius, which is about 70 degrees warmer than average, while the even higher Vostok station hit a shade above 0 degrees, beating its all-time record by about 27 degrees, 15 degrees Celsius, according to a tweet from extreme weather record tracker Maximiliano Herrera. The coastal Terra Nova base was far above freezing, 7 degrees plus. It caught officials at the National Snow and Ice Data Center in Boulder, Colorado by surprise because they were paying attention to the Arctic, where it was 50 degrees warmer than average, and areas around the North Pole were nearing or at the melting point, which is really unusual for mid-March, said Center ice scientist Walt Meyer. They are opposite seasons. You don't see the North and the South Poles both melting at the same time, Meyer told the Associated Press Friday evening. It's definitely an unusual occurrence. It's pretty stunning. Wow, I have never seen anything like this in the Antarctic, said University of Colorado ice scientist Ted Campos, who returned recently from expedition to the continent. Not a good sign when you see that sort of thing happen, said University of Wisconsin meteorologist Matthew Lazzara. Lazzara monitors temperatures at East Antarctica's Dome Sea and logged 14 degrees, 10 degrees Celsius Friday, where the normal is minus 45 degrees, minus 40 degrees Celsius. That's a temperature that you should see in January, not March. January is summer there. That's dramatic. Both Lazzara and Meyer said what happened in the Antarctica is probably just a random weather event and not a sign of climate change. Yeah, what else? But if it happens again, or repeatedly, then it might be something to worry about and part of global warming, they said. The Antarctic warm spell was first reported by the Washington Post. The Antarctic continent as a whole on Friday was about 8.6 degrees, 4.8 degrees Celsius warmer than a baseline temperature between 79 and 2000, according to the University of Maine's climate reanalyzer, based on U.S. National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration weather models. That 8-degree heating over already warmed up average is unusual. Think of it as if the entire United States was 8 degrees hotter than normal, Meyer said. Yeah, and still wondering about climate change. At the same time on Friday, the Arctic was, as a whole, was 6 degrees warmer than 79 to 2000 average. By comparison, the world as a whole was only 1.1 degree, 0.6 degrees Celsius above the 79 average. Globally, the same average is about half a degree warmer than the 20th century average. What makes the Antarctic warming really weird is that the southern continent, except for its vulnerable peninsula, which is warming quickly and losing ice rapidly, has not been warming much, especially when compared to the rest of the globe, Meyer said. Antarctica did set the record for the lowest summer ice. Records go back to 79, with it shrinking to 741,000 square miles in late February, the Snow and Ice Data Center reported. What likely happened was a big atmospheric river pumped in warm and moist air from the Pacific southward, Myers said, and in the Arctic, which has been warming 2 or 3 times faster than the rest of the globe, and is considered vulnerable to climate change. Warm Atlantic air was coming north of the coast of Greenland. Yes. They are talking about atmospheric rivers. You have to understand the weather is driven electrically entirely. That's a paper. You should probably read that. It's really interesting. Introduction to Plasma Tectonics and Electrical Geology. Solar wind coupling to planetary circuits. Lightning tells the stellar transformer story. And I just will end it with this picture here. I cannot really zoom in, but I will put a link below. You really have to check it out. It's all about the electrical circuits of Earth. That's why we have the weather, the wind currents, and all those patterns. They react with the things which are below the Kursk magnetic anomaly, for example, and what else we have? Like, there's so many times if there's a volcano erupting, like, let's take Tonga, for example. There has been so many lightning strikes before the eruption and during the eruption. So we are talking about an electrical world. And also about the melting of the poles, if there's fresh water plunging into the sea, it will change the circuitry of the water because of the salinity of the water which is going in and how it mixes up and how it reacts with the things above, hence the air. If there's all of a sudden on top of the warmer water which would come basically from America, from the Gulf of Mexico towards Europe, and there is from the north coming colder water which is somehow flowing over the other water, and there is no hot air anymore following the warmer water. But basically, it seems that there is at least something going on with our bigger electric circuit, about our magnetosphere, about how well Earth is still protected against cosmic rays, about the influence of whatever solar activity we have, solar flares or CMEs or what, how it induces energy into the circuits of Earth, which we will experience as really bad weather, changing weather patterns. We might expect some really strong storms this spring in Europe, and volcanic eruptions, geothermal activity anomalies, and stuff like that. Floodings, anyway. We have this huge sandstorm going on over whole Europe. There's like sand from the Sahara floating in the air. Really interesting, really interesting. I leave it here. I will put links below. Don't listen to me. I just try to somehow give you stuff what you can read and figure out for yourself. How much did it help you to find the truth, how things work, what we are up to, where we are time wise? Check the calendar. Watch the sky. Thanks. Bye.